Every time Donald Trump turns on Fox or Newsmax, he just hears what a weird loser he is, and it's getting to his head. Here's what Donald Trump just posted on his social media platform. Why is Fox News putting on the crazy Kamala Harris rallies? Why do they allow perverts at the failed and disgraced Lincoln Project to advertise on Fox News? Even Mr. Kellyanne Conway, a man so badly hurt and humiliated by his wife, she must have done some really nasty things to him because he is crazy, is advertising on Fox News. We have to win without Fox! Exclamation point. Well, let's take a look at what Donald Trump is seeing when he is turning on Fox. So one thing that Donald Trump could be seeing are Lincoln Project ads like this one where they say, hey, lighten up, weirdo. Here, play this clip.
I hate when people laugh at me. I hate it. I hate it.
Hubby. Poor hubby. Not-
They also could be seeing, or he also could be seeing, the video by George Conway from the Anti-Psychopath Pack, is what George Conway calls it, which talks about the fact that Donald Trump is a sociopath, a malignant narcissist, a psychopath. He fits all of the criteria to be diagnosed as such. Here's the ad that's running on Fox. Play the clip.
Donald Trump has never, ever been right in the head.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man. And enormous, really enormous. And then there was nobody's now. Take a look at the oranges of the investigation. Venezuela, if you have a windmill anywhere near your house, they say the noise causes cancer.
I don't know what I said.
All criminal. They have voter ID. They have ID on everything. You buy a loaf of bread, you have ID. The first non-incumbent. The kidney has a very special place in the heart. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. Injection inside or almost a cleaner. That an illegal ad.
Learn more at psychopack.org. The Anti-Psychopath Pack Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Or perhaps Donald Trump is seeing the MeidasTouch ad, which has gone viral. It's all over Reddit. It's all over social media. I'm sure you've maybe seen it before. But here is the video we did showing Donald Trump's steep mental decline. Even the account Anonymous posted our video yesterday. I'm sure you can't get on social media without seeing the video that we created. Here, play this clip.
And my stupid people, when I wanted to refute it, they said, sir, don't dignify it with a rebuttal.
Have you been noticing peculiar behavior recently in someone you know?
Carried out by Ray.
Someone who mixes fiction and reality?
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
Perhaps someone of advanced age you have known for years.
Did you just see Maduro? Venezuela. It's unbelievable. Venezuela.
Of course, we all have our goofs. But consistently odd behavior can be a sign of frontotemporal dementia, a degenerative disease of the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain that dramatically impairs cognitive function. And there are some key signs to look out for, like slurring words.
The failing New York Times by an anonymous, really anonymous.
Struggling to find the correct words is another sign.
The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges of the investigation.
You may also notice someone veering into incoherent ideas, detached from reality.
You know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark.
Or an inability to complete simple sentences.
Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat.
Other notable symptoms include impaired motor function, such as a wavering limb, and decreased balance, often accompanied by a signature lean or arched stance. If someone you know is demonstrating several or all of these symptoms, they are seriously unwell. As a matter of safety, They must be relieved of critical responsibilities and disqualified from any position of authority. Remember, frontotemporal dementia is a degenerative disease. Cognitive function will never return and will only deteriorate further. Don't ignore the signs.
One of the other videos we created here at the MeidasTouch Network, and we did this some time ago, but now it's going viral again and resurfacing, is the video we made. We call it the Weird GOP, and we highlighted just how weird and bizarre the Republican Party is. It's not normal. It's not like conservative or whatever. It's just like a bunch of just very odd. The behavior so odd. Here's the Weird GOP video we created.
The problem is they are a weird political party.
M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing, until the moment you wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them.
These 26 QAnon people.
Q is a patriot.
QAnon believers lined up on the grassy knoll. It's the site of the JFK assassination. They believed that the president's late son, JFK Jr., would miraculously appear and that he would help Donald Trump take back power.
I want to talk about the real pandemic, child sex trafficking. By putting masks on these kids' face, you guys support sex trafficking.
Have you been a good little Nazi? It's not necessarily the extreme. I mean, these are people that talk about testicle tanning.
Testicle tanning.
It's testicle tanning.
Half the viewers right now are like, what? That's testicle tanning? That's crazy. But my view is, okay, testosterone levels crash and nobody says anything about it. That's crazy.
By and large, a large part of the Republican Party is just out and out weird.
Then all of a sudden you get invited to, like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get-together at one of our homes. You should come. And then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy.
Yeah. You got a lot of really crazy people.
The frontrunners of the Ohio Republican Senate race got into a heated fight. When do we invade Australia and free an oppressed people?
In Florida, the state education department rejected more than 50 math textbooks for promoting critical race theory.
The Democrats are the party of princess predators from Disney.
Disney stepping in saying, you know, in every episode now they're going to have Mickey and Pluto going at it. Like... Really?
No more Disney World. The Santa's land.
The antidote that we've seen now is urine therapy.
Satan's controlling the church.
Calling gingerbread men a gingerbread person when obviously they're men.
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Wind. They say the noise causes cancer.
So absolutely normal. Yep.
They're really like odd ducks.
And I'm sure you know as well that whenever we cover these Trump events, we always cover and show you what's happening before these events. Like, who are the people who are going to these events? And usually, without fail, it's people who really have brainworms, you know, at this point. And you listen to the things they say and you're just like, oh my gosh, what in the world is going on? So here, for example, we see this all. I could show you thousands of clips like this. I'll show you one. Here's a woman at a recent Trump rally explaining that she believes Princess Diana and Jackie O are still alive. Here, play this clip.
Okay, first of all, y'all are so cute. I love the outfits. I would like detailed explanations on every single shirt. Ready, set, go.
Right? So, living, and we know living, ruling the world. And you don't take down evil by being quiet or silent, right? So people need to understand who they are. Do they look like them today? No.
You think Princess Diana is still alive?
Absolutely, 100%. Do you?
I didn't, but maybe you have something that you know that I don't know.
Well, you know God speaks to us, right? There's ways that we can figure these things out. So if people start learning ABC 1, 2, 3, which Michael Jackson talked about how many years ago, right? And he sang about. So when people start understanding gematria, they start understanding the numbers. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. They understand how words work, sentence.
Okay. And look, you go to all those events and you see clips like that. But look, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has a seat on the oversight committee. She's got the most powerful committees she's got seats on over our national defense. She's been put in a position, right, to get access to the top classified information by the GOP. She's a leader in the Republican Party. Donald Trump would probably appoint her to a cabinet level position. I don't think that's disputed. I mean, she's, one of the leaders right now. Here is what she previously said about her belief that Hillary Clinton had JFK Jr. killed. Here, play this clip.
Now, we had Hillary Clinton. Let's talk about what she's been up to. We talked about Bill. Bill was running the Clinton Foundation. Hillary's helping out, but that was mostly Bill. They're getting a lot of money funneled into the Clinton Foundation. Hillary decides to launch her political career. It's time for her to enter because, she's being lined up. She's the next one in place, the deep state. They choose who their candidates are. They choose who they want to put in place. And Hillary, it was finally her turn. She was supposed to be the first female president of the United States. So she has to run for Senate, right? So she runs for Senate in New York City. Okay. So she becomes senator in New York City. And yes, I could dive into Kennedy getting killed in the plane crash, because isn't it interesting that he had announced he was going to run for Senate just before he died in a mysterious plane crash. But anyway, so that's another one of those Clinton murders, right? Okay, someone said if Bill and Hillary divorced, guess what? Bill and Hillary would never divorce because their marriage is a business agreement, okay? There's no reason for them to divorce.
So that's what we're dealing with. So it's no wonder why ex-Trump voters are sharing over and over again their stories about leaving the Trump cult. Like Kyle Sweetser, who I interviewed, by the way, and he's done some other interviews since then. But Kyle Sweetser's like, look, I'm a former Trump voter, but let's be real. Crime is down. Inflation's cooled. Illegal immigrants can't vote in federal elections. Oil production is at an all-time high, and the U.S. is in a manufacturing boom. Here's Stephen, a former Trump voter from South Carolina. It's from the Republican Voters Against Trump. This PAC does impeccable work. Here's what they had to say. Here's Steve. Play the clip.
I believe that Donald Trump is a threat to our democracy and our way of life. My name is Stephen. I live in South Carolina, and I'm a former Trump voter. I went along with what people were saying, that he was a businessman. I voted for Joe Biden in 2020. The main reason was just the chaos that was in the Trump administration over the COVID pandemic, and the mishandling of that was one of the big reasons, and just the total chaos of the Trump organization. January 6th was a big event for me and the country. It was just totally against everything that this country stands for. For Trump to tell his people to march to the Capitol and fight like hell for your country, I believe he started the insurrection then, and the results everybody saw on TV. Everything that he's talking about, this Project 2025, the retribution of his political opponents, the generals that he wants to go after. In a Trump second term, with their agenda, with this Project 2025, would just be taking us backwards. I'm voting for Kamala Harris in November. I believe that Donald Trump is a threat to our democracy and our way of life.
And here's Colette, an ex-Trump voter. Here's what she had to say. Play the clip.
You can't sit this one out. You have to vote pro-democracy, because if you don't vote at all, then you might as well be voting for Trump. And that's unacceptable. I'm Colette. I'm from Oregon, and I'm a former Trump voter. Trump has shown very clearly that he has no respect for our democracy. And the way that he badmouths our country is insulting to me, not only as a Republican, but as a U.S. citizen. Trump's legal problems are legitimate. Trump was responsible for what happened on January 6th. He incited the violence. A second term with former President Trump would be disastrous for our country. I believe it would be the last time we have any kind of election that's legitimate. It's particularly dangerous because not only is Trump going to gain a lot of power, he's got smart people behind him now that will allow him to maintain and keep that power within their group. I want things to get done, and I'm tired of the constant game playing by a Congress that is having meetings about appliances. Come on. This is really important. This is a time in our history where we have to make a decision to stand for democracy. You can't sit this one out. You have to vote pro-democracy, because if you don't vote at all, then you might as well be voting for Trump. And that's unacceptable.
So yes, Donald Trump, you can rant and rave, but the world's calling you out. The world is laughing at you. And as someone responded to a post that I made recently, look, my mom's 74 years old, and every day she says to me now that Donald Trump is getting smaller and smaller and less important. And she is not wrong. But that was a very astute observation. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram at MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.